Well, the Forge is coming up in 5 days, so I figured we could go over a list of what people should bring.
Are you trying to get me killed, my brother? Because they have a R rating, so just stop being a wuss. The thing you're least worried about is something getting inside of it.
All right, guys, welcome to the, what is this? The burden. I'm sitting here intentionally trying not to say put work in, and it came out anyway. Burden Society podcast.
Put work in podcast, guys.
I said it 58 times, so.
We need to throw the intro
3.
music behind it.
Yeah. Welcome to the Burden Society podcast. Oh, we're live on YouTube. I got to get a notification.
Keeping the C4 back here. Oops.
So, what are you drinking at C4?
Heaven, yeah, brother. That's all I see is for.
You was peeping some laundry last week. Didn't even know it.
Yeah, dude. My bed was a mess last week.
Yeah, I'm sure mine is. It's got people in it.
Yeah. Messy people.
So, the Forge is like, it's like this weekend, next weekend, whatever your weekend you want to call it, but it's like 5 days away, to be specific. So, 5 days, dude.
Next weekend.
Technically, it's still next because we're still in the weekend.
Yeah. It was still this
now,
weekend.
On Monday, it'll be this weekend.
This coming weekend, yeah.
I mean, the coming is implied.
Yeah, but it's better if it's relayed.
Just because semantics of people not doing math in their head about next and this. Ben probably thinks we're in next weekend right now. Freaking crazy, dude. But Forge in 5 days, y'all ready or what?
No, I'm not going.
Good. More fun. We ain't doing none of your workouts.
Hey, bro, I got 2 kettlebells for it, too.
3
That's
times,
crazy.
bro. So they're hinting on what we're going to do. Something with the kettlebell.
Yeah.
2, but we got to split it between 12 people.
Yeah, we got to figure out the logistics of that, you know. I got an idea of something.
I went to Walmart, got a tarp, a fan, some paint, and some bug spray for the Forge.
How far that?
Now, the paint's not specifically for the Forge. It's still going, bro. I got extra batteries, though.
Yeah, bro. You can only bring 1 battery for it, though. I mean, 2 batteries.
Takes 2.
That's why I said 2.
I can bring whatever fits in my bag or my car.
We don't allow comfort items. I told you to read section 2.4.
Yeah, okay, well, your dog's not allowed.
She's not a comfort item.
Definitely
She's a service dog.
Yeah, what's she service?
My blindness.
Yeah.
She's a service dog?
Your autism.
My ADHD.
Your mental illness. She services your depression.
No, but she's depressed, too.
So
no more meatball in her life.
She's been there and done that. Dude, she fit right at home when we were at Ben's house that day. I was like, dang, she act like she's at home. She probably thinks she is. Wondering why that Peyton guy keeps taking her to his house.
She's living lavish now. She got a nice pig crate in the dining room, bro.
Making her do slavery work.
Dang, dude, that's rough. Yeah. Did somebody share the thing yet?
I can't log into my Facebook. So
wow. Peyton, I guess it's up to you. Ben does not know how to log into Facebook on his
Facebook's
laptop.
Already open. Burden Society already recording. Boom. Click this. Share. To.
We just turn it. This is how you share something on Facebook. This is the play-by-play, apparently.
Where is the page? Oh, the group. I mean, Burden Society. I'm just gonna share it without commenting. Post.
Bet. All right, guys. Here's something I want to incorporate to. What? There's something I want to incorporate into the podcast. Is we have fitness goals. Let's put it out on the podcast. Which one of y'all was that?
No,
Put
it's
it out
him.
on the podcast and as like an accountability, but also to motivate other people. Do y'all have any fitness goals? Which I feel like y'all two are like never have any goal. You have a marathon starting, prep starting today.
Yep.
Taylor
So-
does too.
Shane does too.
No,
Trevor did last week for some reason.
Shane ain't gonna do it.
I believe in Shane, bro. He's a go-getter. He locks into whatever random thing.
Yeah, I got to go for that 3:30 marathon.
So how much of a... So what week to week? You just need to hit your runs or whatever?
You know what? I'll go ahead and pull this up since we're here. And this is my weekly stuff. I won't go into detail like I did last time.
Yeah, whole podcast. Here we are. We're gonna use the whole podcast just to talk about his marathon.
This is my week-to-week program that I have created. We'll change 500 down here to 600 right quick because it's more real.
What does that even mean?
Miles.
And yeah, we just gotta hit the runs, man. Gotta get after it.
Do you think so? You probably, I mean, that's easy for you, bro.
Yeah, that's easy.
But
Bro.
what is some way we could keep track of like you're doing it and getting better? Like, you have any
Just
benchmarks?
check Strava every day, I guess. I mean,
Well, I mean, weekly group check in.
I don't know.
Just ask you how it's going.
I'll be like, yeah, I'm running, man. Just check the Garmin
Sweet.
leaderboard, see how it's going,
If you're not winning, you're sinning.
see who gets speed demon at the end of the month.
Hopefully, I do. I gotta go sprint 200 meters real quick. Ben, what about you, dude? Like, do you have any goals, bro? You just be like non-goal. What about our challenge we got in the group, bro? Like your deadlift goal.
Yeah, I do want to hit a 500 deadlift. And that's not gonna happen this month, but
500 what deadlift? Just 500 reps, 500 pounds.
I mean, you hit 135 yesterday.
that's yeah. I say I'm starting somewhere. Probably before November 11th, which is my birthday. I'd like to hit it, but overall, it'd just be getting shape. Which I was supposed to run a lot this week, and I didn't
There we go. We got a goal coming out. You squeeze it enough, it'll come out.
because of issues. But I don't know. I guess it's just hard to find motivation because I'm still at the beginner stage when it comes to any type of cardio workout. So anytime I do it, it is discouraging because I'm not performing the best at that specific thing. And it just makes you not want to do it. So like for someone like Cookie, you know, he does it all the time. So he likes to do it because he's trained for that. For me, on the opposite, I like to bench press every day because I'm good at it. So it's just
I don't know, bro. I feel like we're kind of...
It's just one of those things where I got to find a different way to motivate myself to make me want to get in shape more.
You got to make the goal, like, you can't be like, I got to run like Cookie today. You got to, like, put the goalpost closer to where it's, like, easier to hit them.
I'm not run like Cookie. Oh, he disappeared.
What I'm saying, like, set smaller goals.
Yeah, I would just say
Don't make it as hard.
Get in better shape.
Hit an easy treadmill run for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, that's something you could do every day.
Which I PR'd my mile under 8 minutes, which I wasn't expecting to do.
What? Under 8 minutes?
Under 9 minutes.
I was gonna say, dang, dude.
Now under 8 is my next goal.
Because I was like, that's what I hit, which is disappointing, but whatever.
My next goal.
Cookie, where did you go, bro? Are you still here? No, he's gone.
I think his internet done bad.
All right. So for me, I'll just do my weight goal. Cookie got drone strike. So I'm trying to lose some weight. So I'll just keep you guys updated on that. But I went from 212.2 to 211.2 this past week. So that's a pound.
Man's just drinking water and pooping.
I had lost 1 pound
I gained
this
1
past
pound.
week, which is actually pretty good.
Oh, he came back to life.
I got down to like 209 for like a day and a half, and then like ate a chicken nugget and blowed back up. So
I haven't weighed.
I'm hoping to get. So I should probably get to like. I'd like to get in it. Like my goal right now is to get in the sub 210s. My first check mark, and just average and stay there. Then I want to get down to like 205.
Imagine if your
But I
weight
think-
started with a 1. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I did that for like
And very
26
practical.
years. Imagine if you weighed anything.
Oh, way.
Imagine if Cookie was like 205.
Imagine if you had a 1% of body fat on your body, bro. How thick you'd look.
If I was 205, I couldn't run fast.
Yeah, you could.
Big Bear's 230, 225.
No, he's not.
Yeah, you. I just
No,
He's
go watch,
195 when he runs marathons.
go watch his last video. He states how much his body weight was. It was like 225, and he's running 7 milers in the morning.
For fun.
Yeah, that's easy anyway.
Okay.
He's taller anyway, too. Every inch of height's like 10 pounds.
Every inch matters. Yeah.
All right, so that's our. We're gonna check in every week on our fitness goals.
I didn't get to say mine. All I had was marathon.
Well, that's your girl.
I mean, did you had a whole segment of your own, bro? You talked longer than anybody did.
Yeah, that's all I had.
I know it.
That
All right,
and
so
deadlifting 500 pounds would be nice.
at least keep deadlifting 500.
Every time
How much,
Ben goes, I go to the gym and out deadlift them.
How much strength do you think you're going to lose with marathon prep?
None.
None. He doesn't optimize for strength training, so
Oh yeah,
he's been running the whole year. So it'd be he probably will get stronger if he does any type of consistent. All right, so here's a segment I want to incorporate because we did it last week. I think we've done it before, but let's call it the X Files because it's on X. But it's just like modern events that are going on, and we can comment on them. I'll do no videos because you never hear the sound. But so this tweet says, or I don't. What do they even call it? It's just a tweet. Grandpa, what's a PSYOP? Okay, so every major magazine news outlet, and this is just one example of when they do this, but they're talking about how Harris and Walls just like represent joy and bring joy against Donald Trump. They're bringing back the joy, the new politics of joy. They're so joyful, blah, blah, blah. They all use the same words and just saturate the media with it. So one of the things, a few weeks ago, whenever what's his VP? Vance came along.
Yeah.
Their word was weird. Vance is weird. Like, and then every outlet was saying the same thing. He's weird. He's weird. He's weird. Another example is the threat to democracy with Donald Trump. They're just all saying, and they all say the same like the same sentence. If you hear, like I've seen clips of like all the news outlets, like local stations being like saying the exact same script. Like obviously they're being handed this to say programmed like, and it's definitely a PSYOP, psychological operation.
AI.
I mean, they could definitely be using AI, but
What was that one called? Chatbot or
Journalists don't exist anymore. It's all AI.
that's a theory.
ChatGPT?
They're trying to brainwash us into and since Harris has been, and she hasn't even been nominated. That's not until this week. But since she's taken the spot of Biden, it's like she hasn't had any interviews, anything off the script. she's literally denied everything that's been offered to her in regards to that. They're trying to paint her as like our savior of America and so good, but we don't know anything about her.
No one.
It's just all right. Let me go to find another one. I could bring up the DNC having child sacrifice at their event. So they have free abortions and vasectomies available at the Democratic National Convention this week. Okay. Here's a good topic.
So we should go outside
Got a good one after that.
and just sit there and play worship music
Amen, brother.
as loud as we can, bro.
We'd probably get shot, honestly. We wouldn't even be told to
At the
leave.
DNC.
Yeah.
They would just shoot us.
All right. So Lucas Botkin, y'all know Lucas Botkin, T-Rex arms, bro. Okay.
So,
He's always being controversial. But he said, tell me a war where the bad guys won.
definitely Hitler. Not just because
They lost.
but in reality they didn't, because they still killed over 6 million people, which was still mass genocide. So, they technically lost because he died and we beat him, but it took 2 years almost for it to happen that way, and they still lost over 6 million people, innocents that died. Which it wasn't just him that contributed to that either, though. A bunch of different people contributed to that were fighting him. So you could say the battle at the end was won, but there was too much loss in general for it to be counted as a win.
Man, thinking deep about that. It's like they didn't really win. They just didn't lose.
If you think about it, like any type of, like, say, for instance, 9/11, terrorist attacks.
That's what this guy said, WW2. I mean, obviously, the communists won during World War II. If you think, they won and we won too, but the Chinese Civil War. I mean, you just go back to the question. Tell me a war where the bad guy wins. I'm thinking, like, it doesn't matter, bad guy, good guy. Whoever wins is always going to end up being the good guy because they write the history.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a smaller country, like where you can know, like they said the Korean War. So technically North Korea won. Vietnam War, Afghanistan War, Chinese Civil War, Turkish Byzantine War.
In Vietnam. So that's definitely an L.
It's just a different insurgency warfare is a different monster because you'd either have to wipe everybody out and start over, or it's basically just changing their mindset.
Yeah. I feel like what goes
You're fighting against the locals. It'd be like Russia invading Mississippi and trying to get the people of Mississippi to go along with Russia.
Yeah,
So there's like one or two. All right, so this is kind of what I was talking about with Lincoln, with the U.S. Civil War. He says, I'll get these things off the screen before we get banned. Slavery is evil, but Lincoln declared war on the South, suspended habeas corpus, and unilaterally emancipated the slaves. In the name of preserving the Union, he destroyed the constitutional order we've never recovered. So yeah, slavery's bad. The way they did it, by defying the constitutional order, it shouldn't have happened. But I mean, it happened. We're gone. Good riddance.
Yeah.
This is what they're trying to do with abortion now, is override constitutional order and just straight up Roe v. Wade it again, which never should have happened. And this person says something about Civil War too. Slavery is and was evil. I'm glad it ended here, but the South was attacked by the North over states' rights issues, which were closer to the founders' intent for the United States. Yeah, I mean, people are always like, it's states' rights, and then people are like, it's states' rights to what? But yeah, I mean, the issue was terrible. It should have ended, but the process was not good for where we are now. This person said the 2020 election. All right.
Dang, I was wanting to see the comments on it, but there are none.
Yeah, that's nobody's seen it yet. All right, let's see. I think I got one more thing to talk about on that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to stir it, it's homemade.
What?
The
Yeah.
sign behind Ben's head.
Look at this.
Jesus.
This huge dude in the woods squatting 811 pounds at 6'7".
That's Will Hartzell, ain't it?
Definitely not. That dude is not that big. Dude's a massive. In the wood, bro. Work boots.
I wouldn't even trust that squat stand, bro.
We don't have safety pins. He's just gonna drop it.
He does have safety pins.
Bro, they're not in a safe position.
They're just pins.
All right. So actually had a active shooter / terrorist attack on an Air Force base the other day in Texas, and the security forces returned fire against several armed individuals. Is this something we've been talking about and warning people about? It was at 4:30 in the morning. Apparently, so this guy has the information about it, but an SUV full of dudes pulled up and shot at him and didn't even get caught. No one's coming to save you.
SUV full of dudes isn't really descriptive. Were there like people on the base? Random
No, it was people that came up to the base and started shooting at the security guards at the front.
I wanna make sure I'm thinking of the same thing before I mention something. So y'all talk about it, and then.
I mean, this guy. I mean, I'm gonna go over here and see if there's any more information. Oh, they have more information. Okay, no injuries to U.S. service members occurred. They drove away in a black sedan following the firefight. It's deemed as an off-base incident. Strangely enough, it's being investigated by local, state, and federal law enforcement. Well, that may be why it's off-base. They want them to take care of it and not the military police guys. The gate has reopened. So basically, these guys pulled up and started shooting. Multiple shooters tried to enter the base, and the security forces at the gate returned fire. They're basically trying to get in. I guess they decided it was a bad idea. Or maybe they're just trying to have a little fun. I don't know.
I must have dreamed that then.
What was it, dude?
Apparently, I dreamed that during this attack, there was only 4 people arrived in the SUV. Another person set off a suicide vest on another end of the whole base, and I was like, what?
Dude was putting a little flavor to it.
So,
read this right before he passed out, and then was like dreaming about it. What?
He was starting to sound like CNN.
No, CNN would have been like a couple guys with BB guns.
Started throwing rocks.
Got what's the word? Never mind. Deaded.
Well, here's something, guys, that
Amen.
is not good, but Harris has announced, I believe she's announced, or she's about to announce. I think I've seen it officially from her, but she's going to introduce a grocery price gouging bill as part of her platform, which is sounds good at the top, because the Democrats' whole talking point is that all inflation is just corporate greed. Like, the inflation's down, that they can bring the prices down, but corporate greed's keeping it high. So their response is to limit prices on groceries. And this person is like, I'll give you the TLDR on it. Since it's here.
Bro, cut your phone
who is
off.
blowing me up? Okay, so can y'all see this? I haven't shared it yet. Never mind. All right, so this guy's like, people need to stop overreacting about Kamala's plan to reduce food inflation as if it would lead to communism, mass starvation, the end of America. He goes step by step what would actually happen. You'll have to, it's Robert Sterling. You'll have to go find it because I'm not reading all this. But his last step, he says, communism, he ends up, all right, 13th step of this. Communism, mass starvation, the end of America quickly ensue. Wait. He starts off saying it wouldn't lead to that. And then it only took 12 steps later, and then we're actually at communism. But literally, the government controlling prices, like capitalism is dead at this point. You're literally in communism.
Yeah.
And if they limit prices, grocery stores can't make money. The manufacturers can't make money. Food supplies dwindle. They start selling other stuff like just TVs and stuff because it's not limited. Kroger's now Best Buy, basically, or Walmart. And you're in line. You know, you have security guards all around the store because people are robbing, trying to get what little food they do have. They probably will give you a day of the week to come grocery shop. That's communism. That's literally what we saw under communism. They're not even hiding it anymore. I don't know if they ever have.
No.
They're just going to say, it's not communism. This is just Harrisism. It's their twin sister, bro.
My favorite part is I've seen people say, like, oh, communism back then is different. That communism wouldn't work in this country. Today's communism.
It's never been done right.
I'm just like, bro, communism is communism.
Yeah, communism is the same thing all around.
You know, no matter how much you hate it, you know, capitalism is the way to go.
Tim Walz has said before, he's super socialist. And they're trying to put him out as moderate, but he's super socialist. And that's Harris's VP pick. But he said that one man's socialism is another man's treasure or whatever. I don't know. It was something very positive about socialism. I can't remember the exact quote, but he was like, socialism is not bad. It was something like that. And it's like, bro, they're trying to put everybody that's against socialism as like greedy and selfish. And really, like, socialism is just going to make everybody hungry except the super rich. Like, they're always talking against the rich people, but they literally are the rich people.
Yeah, I was going to say they are the rich men up north.
What about whenever
Richmond
Biden came out and he was like, we're not going to tax anybody extra if they make under $400,000 a year, and the Biden presidential salary is $400,000 a year.
That's literally.
He's like, I'm going to cap it at me.
It's like more than half of America, isn't it?
Dude, it's crazy, dude. He's just sitting on the beach right now. I didn't give him vacation days.
Most the president of the U.S. Well, not really, but you know, he was a you know, selected to be installed there. But you know,
they picked him.
Yeah.
You stick around long enough, bro, you'll be president.
They fabricated his appointment, but you know,
that's pretty much. Hold on. Theoretically, we have to say that.
Yeah.
I'm not
but
saying
they literally. I said it. They literally have to. Dang, I made me forget what I was saying. But it was good, bro. Best thing I ever said was about to be said.
Yeah.
Dang,
I'm just gonna say that.
Look at all that.
No, dude stuck around long enough that they just put him as the president. Bro was literally in politics since he started out as the youngest congressman ever, and now he's the oldest president ever. That's how bad it is, bro.
Nice.
And didn't do anything, bro. What did he ever do?
And he's ranked 46th overall.
Out of 46, guys.
Yeah.
If you're not keyed into what that means.
In case you're confused.
Somebody at the party was talking about like somebody being the worst president, and I was like, they were like, this guy was really bad. They were talking about those were old people. They were talking like way back in the day. I was like, yeah, they all make Biden. I mean, Biden makes all of them look like George Washington, the GOAT. But all right, we'll get out of the sticky stuff if y'all are tired of listening to that. You got a topic, bro. What you got?
How big of a topic?
Yeah, because
how much does it weigh?
We got to get into it.
Politics.
Okay, we can do that quick.
So, I don't know if y'all are aware, but Monster Energy Drink Corporation just released a new line of drinks called Bad.
It's not even political, bro.
Well, not. That's what I said. I said it's not
political adjacent.
Let me see.
Get it right.
It's just like some
people, Christians don't like it, so it's definitely.
Yeah, definitely bad for the market, but I gotta figure out how to.
Nobody drinks Monster, by the way.
Just the white ones.
Or the pink ones.
Or a random color you try and don't like. Because they all taste the same.
So this is it.
Must it taste like apple? Apple cider vinegar.
But this just goes to show how much, like, corporations just don't.
Bro, this he's a producer now, bro. Sharing on the screen. He's got a picture of this new monster he's talking about.
There you go.
Bad Apple, I think it's called.
So the back of it says.
Can't read that.
I'm going to read it. Listen. It says, tempted to try.
He's going to read it, dude.
I'm trying to.
Maybe
he's going to.
It says, tempted to try, we hope so. Juice Monster, Bad Apple, is like nothing you've ever... Yeah, I can't read that, actually.
Give us the gist of it.
Anyway, the back of it pretty much is mocking the Garden of Eve.
Eden.
Thing out of everything. And it has a picture of a woman on the front taking a bite of the apple, just saying, like, go into your sinful desires and try this drink. But the entire drink by itself is just mocking the Bible, the beginning of the Bible, Genesis. And I guess it just kind of goes to show how dumb corporations will get to market because they know Christians are going to be like, oh, no, you're going to hell if you drink this drink.
That's literally like one of their... They're probably getting a board meeting or all these people, especially like with the Olympics and all this random stuff. Yeah, they're like, how can we make people mad, bro? We can't do a good show, so we'll just make people mad.
Always said that the monster logo was the mark of the beast, like 666, and the ball. But I don't think originally they meant that. But because so many people said it, they just went ahead and did a drink like this just to piss everybody off, and it clearly worked.
But, who knows, bro?
It pissed me off.
I'm not mad.
Oh man, I don't care. I don't drink Monster like that.
In their defense, it did say almost worth getting kicked out of Eden for. It didn't say it was worth it.
So, there you go. There's their insurance.
You're one of them sinners, huh?
No, I don't drink Monster.
Turns out I'm drinking one right now.
I don't know what the heck you're drinking. Some Zoa or something.
Like orange mimosa. Some
of that nasty crap. Yeah.
That stuff's good, man.
Gorilla Mind,
literally
RCD.
Just doesn't, bro. You don't have to agree with Dylan on everything.
He drinks it as a supplement.
All right, I'll agree with you on everything.
Yeah, this looks great, don't it?
Yeah, that looks great.
Bro, switch it up sometime, Peyton.
All right, I will.
He's got Arizona Peace Tea. He's got like 4 different flavors of 60-pack drinks he ordered coming in. See, look.
There he goes. He's drinking it. Did you crack it already? That's from yesterday.
Got 6 different drinks open.
All right, guys. We'll get off the controversial stuff and go to a more controversial topic. Camping gear. Okay? Now he's got is that the black rifle?
Sir.
That's the one I bought.
This end date. No, I have not drank those yet.
No.
So, black rifle. Wait, that's not. Camping necessities. Well, the Forge is coming up in 5 days, so I figured we could go over a list of what people should bring if they're coming to a Forge. And there's like a tier list basically, because honestly, if you're coming to a tier 3, you don't have to bring anything. Like, wear clothes,
please,
that you can get dirty in. I mean, you can do what you want to do.
Cowboy style.
Yeah, like Brokeback Mountain cowboy style.
Empty.
Hey, make it Cowboy style.
So, like, you technically don't have to bring anything, but each of these items will make your forge better. And each tier is going to go up in, what's up, Carson? Complexity of what you need. So, tier 3, just show up. Like, if you don't have anything, cool. If you have stuff, bring it. You know, like, I don't want just everybody showing up with nothing, because if everybody does that, then we're gonna be screwed. Because we basically have just a few extra things, and we have a 10-person tent that'll, like, we could throw anybody in. You could sleep on the ground. I mean, you're the one that didn't bring anything, you loser. So if you want to actually be comfortable and have your own stuff, bring something. Okay, tier 2, you're gonna need to
Your
bring
own
most of
stuff.
you're definitely gonna need to bring your own stuff. We do have limited borrow situation still with that, but it's limited in the carrying ability, because you're going to need a pack.
Yeah, eventually, we will have like a packing list set up.
Yeah. So, like, basically, like, a full in-depth for, like, I mean, at the end of tier 1, I'm like, you know what to bring by now. But, like, tier 3 to tier 1 is, like, bring nothing or bring a tent and a sleeping bag, to full backpack, SHTF, go bag type situation on this end. Okay, so first main thing, if you're going to start going from this way to this way, you're going to want a sleep system. Okay, that'll massively improve your camping. Like, let's just say, take forge out of it, because that's specific. Like, if you're camping, and this will apply to the forge. If you're camping, you go out there with nothing, it's going to be awfully uncomfortable sleeping on the ground in the wide open space. So, you know, what's one way you could upgrade the situation? Get a sleeping bag.
Unless you are fluent in bushcraft skills and stuff, it is highly important to have some kind of shelter and sleeping bag with or without a sleeping pad, depending on what you got.
I would say that would be the next step. And it depends on the season too, because I feel like you could get maybe. I mean, you probably need the bag. I was like, a sleeping pad and like a blanket of some sort would probably be good, because you're not really gonna use the sleeping bag especially if you're out in the heat of the summer. But during the winter, sleeping bag, I think a sleeping bag would be more versatile, better purchase. So, sleeping bag and then sleeping pad. A lot of people, sleeping pads aren't really one of those things a lot of people have. They have sleeping bags, but they don't have sleeping pads.
See, sleeping pad they're kind of, I want to say versatile, but that's not what I mean. They have multiple different uses as far as like, or multiple different reasons why you would want one, right? Obviously, in cooler weather, you know, or really all weather, it helps insulate you from the ground, adding a little bit depending on what pad you get yourself. But because they have a R rating, and that R rating determines how much it can help insulate you from, well, the ground. But it also adds padding in case you don't want to use a sleeping bag. You want to have bare minimum of pad, because that reduces your packing, reduces your weight. If you want to do more, what's the word?
Ultralight.
Or not that, just more like primitive style camping, I would say, right? More tougher, not minimal equipment kind of stuff.
You could get some pine straws and leaves and put under you if you wanted,
or even like any kind of evergreen branch or something, you know. If you're on a beach somewhere in the middle of the U.S. Virgin Islands, you know, you got palm leaves. Anyway, that's not ideal, but
you can make it happen. Where there's a will, there's a way.
But yeah, sleep system, kind of important. Especially if you're just camping, right? If you're not doing some challenge or something. Sleeping bag at the minimum, but I would highly recommend some kind of pad as well. A folding pad is nice.
Yeah, I got a blow up one and a folding one now, so I'm gonna see which one's better. The only gripe I have about the inflatable one is, well, there's probably two. Like just having to inflate it and
Yeah.
deflate it. Like it's the folding one, it takes up more space, but it's ready. You just throw it down.
But the good thing about the folding one is, the way it is, it's not packaged. It's not like in a pouch that you can just throw in your backpack. But most backpacks have some kind of like strap or something on the outside where you can just toss it there and actually save space within your backpack for more important stuff.
Yup. So sleep system.
Where did Ben
And
go?
then if you want to get even more, this is what I'm going to try to remember to bring, which I always forget, is like a pillow. That's like, every time. All right, so the first time we went camping, the problem was like the ground. We didn't have enough sleeping bags because there's 3 of us and 2 sleeping bags. So like, sleeping bag, vastly improved if you have your own, especially if it's cooler. But even just having the little bit of cushion under you is good. But like the sleeping pad vastly improves the sleep. And then if you have a pillow, I always end up grabbing something random just to put under my head or whatever. Because you're going from like, if you usually use a pillow, I mean, it's holding your head up, but it's vastly important
Example of
to
a
get sleep.
folding pad. It's nice and comfortable at times. I'm not pulling my sleeping bag
Definitely
out, but I
better
will
than
pull
the
my
ground.
pillow out.
What people don't like, even if you're like, I can sleep on a rock, it's like, well, the temperature of the ground is going to pull the heat out of your body and make you cold. And that's going to be your biggest thing is getting, even if it's hot, getting cold is going to be your hardest part about sleeping. And then the next hardest, I'd say, is like not having a pillow.
Yeah.
To me right now, at least. I need something to put on, like, at least just grab,
Yeah. But
So that's what I'm going to try to do this time, is get a pillow.
Sleeping bags and stuff.
We already covered shelter.
We haven't done shelter yet. That's next, bro.
All right, let me pull my pillow out rather than my shelter.
Easy solution to pillows, though. Like if you just don't want to bring one, your sleeping bag and stuff like that all have a cover. So just
You get the other Cowboys underwear and you just fold it up.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my camping pillow.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just stuff something inside of a
It's got a
dry
stuff
bag
sack on it.
and lay on it. Not super comfortable. Ain't memory foam. But
Was it blow up?
Yep.
Yeah, you could get like a stuff sack and put a bunch of pine straws and leaves in it.
Or just clothes that are softer.
Yeah. The only thing about out there at the forge specifically is their clothes are just nasty. Yeah, if you have.
We have folks that just be
Like that, you got a pillow.
I tried Roger's wife's pillow.
That's this one.
And I could not get it to work. I did not know how to work it, so it was just like flat. And I was like, forget this.
You got this little
got a little inflatable thing
valve
inside.
in here. You pop it.
Man's got the bougie.
Blow it, and then.
Does it work good?
I mean, it's better than not having a pillow. It's about the best way I can describe it.
Or use something. I gotta. So we'll get into shelter. Ben, do you think a sleeping pad will vastly improve people's sleep?
Yes. I wouldn't say vastly improve, but definitely keeps anything you're sleeping on from popping or stabbing you, which is the main purpose of a sleeping pad.
Bro, everybody had a different main purpose. Well, you just brought the randomest thing. The sleeping pad's purpose is to keep you off the cold ground, and also to give you a little cushion.
To an extent, or you could just buy a cot. But you don't want.
Yeah, but you can't carry a cot.
You don't want to lay your sleeping bag directly on the ground because something can get into it, or say you have a inflatable sleeping like little.
I think you're least worried about is something getting inside of it. So that's going to happen with a pad on it. That's well.
Yeah, it didn't
change. If it's going to happen, Ant's not going to see. Oh, he's on a pad. I can't get inside of his bag.
Yeah,
because it's orange, bro. That's why they make them orange. It scares ants.
Snake's still gonna slither up there.
So hunters don't shoot me.
The sleeping cowboy style is a snake coming out and getting one of the sleeping bags.
That's why I'm sleeping in the fire.
Yeah, repels the mosquitoes and life.
Dang, bro, you got me worried about snakes now. I might burn my tent.
Yeah, Yeah, see, I'm telling you, it's hot.
Don't let Ben
He's-
scare you out of being hard, man. We know Ben's
Sweet.
soft
Hard, Mark.
mentally,
You're gonna be hard when
physically.
you're in the hospital because a water moccasin bit you.
I'm not worried about a water moccasin out there.
There's not much water out there.
The creek, they probably live down there.
And also, copperhead's not a big worry either because they may be venomous and the most venomous, or considered the most venomous in the state of Mississippi, but the fatality rate is so low it doesn't really matter.
But you can contribute to it. You never know.
So just stop being a wuss.
What are you doing, bro?
I'm
You're making
to-
a lot of random
trying to
noises.
Pack my pillow.
All right, that's one of the problems with camping gear that's super minimalist. You have to get it re-minimalized when you leave. All right, so shelter. So at the forges specifically, if you don't have a tent, we have some we could provide. He's got the far range of tent, the X Mid 2.
Well, it's like the almost far range.
Yeah, that's like if you want to spend a lot of money, get what he's got, but it's like really good tent.
If you want to spend even more, get the next step up from it.
Yeah, but bare minimum, I mean, you could just get a tarp,
Which I don't have out here, so it's in my closet.
like, and not even the tarp you have, because that's just like a fancy
survival
tarp.
It is. It's a lightweight.
I bought a tarp, a medium. Mine's medium duty tarp from Walmart yesterday, and I'm just gonna play with it and see what happens. But you could get a hammock. A hammock would also be considered sleep system, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole you could mess with. So if you do a hammock, I mean, it's simple. You could throw that up almost anywhere there's trees. But like most people are gonna have a tent. Tent considerations would be like, most tents aren't made to just be thrown into a backpack. So if you're going to be hiking any type of distance, you probably need like a lightweight hiking type size tent like he has. But at the same time, you could do a tarp or a hammock for that. I mean, it's just personal preference. But at the forge, we're just car camping. So you park your car, you throw your tent up right there. Or walk 10 steps. I mean,
camp inside
put
your
it in
car.
You could do that. I mean, whatever you want to do. So it's the range of stuff you could bring nothing, or you can go all out and buy $400 tent and whatever. But that's a range. Like anybody can come. You could bring any type of tent you want, but as you build your gear out, you're going to want to get more closer to this because those things are going to a lot of expensive stuff is worth the money, and you're going to comfort is a big one night, one weekend. Comfort. You might could throw that out the window, but like eventually you're going to want some comfort, and spending a little extra money on stuff is going to go a long way.
One night without a pillow is not fun. I mean, it's okay, but like a whole week without a pillow, you
just
get
never ever having a pillow again.
Yeah, like
I mean, the little things that add like very little weight to your bag that can just improve your night's sleep. And you're like, if you have a bad night's sleep, it's going to mess your whole day up. So,
I mean, if you have to get one of these, this has stuff in it, but like a dry sack, and just take all your clothes off and throw them inside of it.
It's almost like somebody might have said that before.
I know, but I mean like completely sleep naked.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
So, shelter,
sleep system.
I mean, if the weather's nice, you don't even need a shelter.
Or sleep system.
Just walk home. So, here's where we can get into the weeds. Like, I have the backpack I have. I've never had another one. It works fine. Peyton has the same one. Ben has, I don't even know what Ben has. But like, you don't have to have a backpack to come to the Tier 3 forge. Every other forge you will. So go ahead and get one and start playing with what you could fit in it. especially if you want to get into camping, backpacking is like grown up camping basically, because camping is only so fun. But when you have to walk there and set up camp and walk back, it adds a whole nother level of fun. Okay, so if you're going to get into the outdoors game, you're going to end up backpacking, and it's nice to have everything in nice pack, or you can even call it a go bag. Peyton's going to get into that in a second, but like how you can form it into a go bag. This because camping gear is actually multi-use, so yeah, you can use it as camping. You could use, if you have a full backpack kit, you could use that for car camping, but you could also use it backpacking. There's your backpack. Peyton's got it. But also, go bag situation, you can throw that on. You're ready to live in the woods for a couple days. So it's very versatile. But let's get into the weeds. I think a very important next step to add to your backpacking kit. So we're talking tier 2, tier 1 forage / backpacking trip / go bag would be a fire starting capabilities. So you're going to need a way to gather wood. At the very minimum, you just need to be able to start a fire because you're going to be able to fire in wood. He's got windproof matches. You could do stormproof. You could do whatever type stuff you want to get. I have a lot of random stuff in my bag. Like I need to probably narrow it down to some just a big lighter or something. But he's got
some fire sticks. I don't really think actually work very well.
He's got a lot of random stuff, but you need the ability to start a fire. Then the next addition onto that would be like gathering wood. So you probably like a saw that collapses, or a hatchet or some sorts. Especially if you're going to stay out there for a while, and it'd be a pretty good idea to have like a small axe or a saw, just so you can get some wood, or you could build a shelter with it.
Yes.
Yeah. So something like he's got. I mean, it's kind of, if you're going for the ultralight backpacking, you're not going to want that. But if you want to live, take it, get it. And there's like you could like use an e-tool for that too, which is like a versatile military grade shovel.
There's like a couple things you can do as far as with going back from wood gathering, but back to the fire starting. Just as simple as having some stormproof matches. That way, it don't matter what the weather is, you can rely that your matches will light. And then doing something like Dylan does, he'll get dryer lint, throw it in a Ziploc bag, something that catches fire really easy. And like, get some toilet paper or something, that'll burn a little bit, just something that can burn super easy that you can have in your bag and start a fire. And then the importance of also actually going out to gather wood, But as far as
technique wise, make sure you have all your wood ready when you start the fire.
Don't light the toilet paper and they're like, crap, I gotta go get wood.
Then your toilet paper's gone.
Then you're bad,
We'll get into more videos specific to each of these topics on the channel later, but just a broad overview to get you ready for the forge or your next backpacking trip, camping trip, whatever you're going to do. Maybe start helping you build a go bag. What is a go bag, Peyton?
A go bag, or sometimes referred to as a bug out bag, or sometimes, depending on the
if it's in your car and you're not at home.
Yeah, it could be a get home bag. That's actually one I was looking at last night thinking about buying. Pretty much it's, could be a hiking style backpack or just a larger style backpack for like maybe some military style or something, or honestly just a normal average Joe backpack.
It
filled
depends.
with the necessary supplies to get out of Dodge for a couple days, pretty much.
I think it depends. Like if you're deep in the city and like a military looking backpack will get you spotted.
Yes.
Go like super civilian looking.
Go get you an LL Bean or something. You know?
Like a Jan Sport.
Yeah. And just like, don't stuff it to the brim, but put everything in it. Because like There's a video I sent to the group our little message that I'm pretty sure Dylan's also sent, but I wasn't sure, so I went ahead and
Yeah,
sent
I'm
it
sure
anyway.
I did.
And, you know, it was like, are we moving on from the camping, or are we just kind of adding this in as a segment before I start getting
It's
crazy?
just in as a segment.
All right, so I won't go into crazy detail, but, you know, this is more of a preparedness thing, right? You know, call us preppers if you want, I guess. You know, being prepared for if any kind of event shuts down government, shuts down the country, causes chaos, and we need to get out of Dodge, SHTF kind of stuff. There's like an assault kit, sustainment kit, low vis kit kind of stuff. The low vis is what we're referring to right now, where you just have like an LL Bean, JanSport, everyday backpack that, you know, you're not going to stick out like a sore thumb with, you know. But make it large enough, but not too big to where if you have a crazy sized backpack on in public, you know, people are gonna be like, "What's going on? Why does he have such a huge
This
65
dude's
liter
got a
backpack?"
lot of supplies. We
You know,
might need it.
you know, keep it to a very small, not tactical looking backpack. Have some kind of maybe long sleeve or something on. And
There's a lot of stuff you could wear that'll just shout like you have a gun.
you know, it's like the guy was making a good point. If you want to watch it, it's assault versus sustainment versus low vis kit or something
Dirty
like that
Civilian.
by a dirty civilian. And he's literally just what we are, you know, civilians. No law enforcement or military background as far as I'm aware, and LARPing. We don't really do that, but we look like we're doing that, but we are, but we're not. Anyway, and
Code word.
you know, a lot of the things you would use for camping, you would also use in a go bag situation, but you want to think it through, right? Your go bag is going to be much more thought out. You're not really worried too much about your weight. You worried more about survival than you are. I want to remain under 20 pounds in my backpack kind of thing.
Yeah, Trevor said we got an undercover agent on today. It's Ben. Because the lighting behind him causes his camera to focus on that and changes lighting. That's why Peyton has trouble with his too.
Yeah, I need to.
You need a. Do you have a light? You don't use your light anymore, do you?
Mine's on.
Okay, we'll just move on. All right, did you finish your point, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
So the next step after your fire kit, water purification. Now this could go along with it because if you have a pot, you could boil water. But simpler, you don't want to drink boiling water. So the simplest way to do it, just get you a filter. He's pulling one out.
I'm gonna pull out every single thing.
So much paracord.
Yeah, I seen you bought some more. But yeah, you saw your filters.
This is one of many options. I'll be honest, this one I wouldn't recommend. I mean, I would, but I won't at the same time. It's more of a depending on how you're getting your water, I would say. If you can get it out of a creek or something, this is probably great. You can get something like a smart water bottle. Take your Sawyer filter and just screw it right on top. And then drink out of this.
Yeah, Sawyer filters are great. You know, just whatever. Go look it up. A lot of different ways you can purify water. I mean, the simplest way would be to boil it, but you don't have time to just stop and boil water all the time. A Sawyer filter would be much quicker. You don't have to start a fire. So, you know, for our forages, going back to the forage lane, tier 3 and tier 2, we will provide water for the most part. Tier 1, though, it's on you. So you need to make sure you have that.
I think tier 2 we're considering like limiting the amount that we supply.
Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of both.
We're not going to just you're going to have to carefully consider how much water you drink at each time. Kind of, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah,
and you got to have water to live.
But
so
like a tier 1, you'll probably have like 2 or 3 of these that you fill up, and then you have to. That'll be your drinking source, and then once they're empty, that's on you.
got a light on his face. That dude's crazy.
Yeah,
So that's basically survival stuff. I mean, if you're going, tier 3 forage, we're providing food, but like if you're camping or backpacking or just trying to survive out there, you're gonna need some food. So, I mean, pack some food with you. You could get the peak refuel. Is that what it is? Peak refuel.
I don't have any of that to show and tell.
I mean, whatever you want to do. Like, there's a whole world of food out there, and even if like when that runs out, if you're trying to survive, you need a way of getting more food. So,
because especially if you go like the dehydrated food route, you will need water, which means you need a source of water, which means you need to boil water, which means water's a big thing, right? Down the road, you have to wash clothes. You need water, so water. You're using water.
Water's important.
Water is highly important.
So
you can go much longer without food than you can without water.
But if you're rucking a 50-pound pack, you're gonna need lots of food. So, nicer. So, get some food. And if you run out of food, you're gonna need some way to get food. Which is what I was saying before. So,
learning.
A possibility of needing a gun, or
gotcha.
needing to figure out how to trap stuff, or needing how to, it just depends how long you're out there. But like if you're just going to backpacking trip, you're not gonna need that because you'll have enough food for that. You just take enough food for what you need. So
this will say like backpacking, dehydrated food for like meals, but you can get snacks like jerky or
M&Ms.
Trail mix, some candy or something. Twizzlers are crazy good. You know what I'm saying? But not very reliable.
If you're coming to the forge, we're providing food at a tier 3. Tier 2, we're gonna provide food for the most part. In tier 1,
tier 2 will provide food, but it won't be like gourmet.
Yeah, you're just gonna be
MREs, dehydrated stuff. Tier 1, it's on you.
And then what you bring. Yeah, so there you go, bro. You're making a lot of racket, but hey, you look better. I didn't even know you were here. All right, so like this isn't necessarily a necessity, but more of the luxury items would be this dude's over here just throwing stuff in front of the camera.
He's showing off the 2 things he bought last night for camping.
A lantern and some cord. But a battery charger, a lantern or a light like he's got, but battery chargers so you can charge your phone.
Oh, here's my
charge whatever, charge your lamp. I mean,
this is my phone charger. Power
I have
source.
Like 4 battery packs, and I just ordered a solar powered one, so I hope it works good. But my situation is I have my phone, but I also have cameras. So
and watch.
I don't worry about my watch. It'll last. Yeah, if you're coming to the forge, you're not always going to have those things. So, and even if if you're in a situation you need to go back, you might not even have a phone. So it just depends on the situation. But it would not hurt just to have a little bit of juice, in case you need it, like apple juice
or coffee juice. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. Whatever, bro. Y'all got anything like luxury items? Anything else you could think of?
It's pretty luxury.
I'll go back to the food thing.
Yeah, fan for sure would be luxury.
I'm gonna go back to the food thing real quick. Some kind of a stove kit would be a good idea. Yeah. Let me find my actual stove.
What brand is that?
This is the Soto Americas, I believe. This is my stove. It fits in this little pouch.
You gotta have the gas.
Yeah, so this is a stove. This all came as a kit. It was like $50 or $60. I got my gas in here. So
in that situation, you could actually boil a little bit of water without having a fire. But it wouldn't, it's not a lot of water. But
take into consideration gas.
So
and
this could be considered a luxury item, I guess, because you'll either cook on a fire or you can cook on a little stove, but you will run out of gas. So,
And in some places you can't have a fire.
another luxury item pertaining to food was, I know Dylan bought a griddle, one of those cast iron ones, which we're using it probably to make it easier for as many people as we have. But I would recommend carrying a 20-pound cast iron griddle with you when you're trying to backpack or go somewhere.
No, bro, it doubles as an armor plate. You just put it in your back.
If it's AR-550 steel, then sure, go ahead and throw it in your backpack. But
That might be a good idea. Get a piece of AR-550.
that's what I'm thinking, bro. Like,
and then just throw it on the fire to cook.
yo, low key, I want to talk about something. No, I don't want to talk about that on live. Never mind.
Y'all gotta stop talking at the same time. I can never hear Ben if somebody's talking.
Sorry, my thought took over.
Hayden's quiet too, though. I mean,
I'm just loud. But I can't hear you
I need them
very well.
recommendations.
Just whatever, dude.
Oh, and
Mine's a lot.
back to topic number 1. This is a blanket.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh yeah, here's something you'll need is like a med kit, a first aid kit. Nothing crazy, like a boo-boo kit. Depends on the situation. You might need a bigger one if someone's shooting at you.
I thought we were talking about that.
You might need a tourniquet. Yeah, it looks like it's going to take up some space. You're going to need a 100-liter ruck. All right, well,
Hiking stuff
there's a lot of little other things you could get and do, but that's just the basics. If you're coming to this next forge,
flashlight is a necessity.
yeah, flashlights. There you go. Rechargeable, and then you have your battery charger.
I got a flashlight in here. I don't ever actually use it. I just have it as a backup because I usually bring my 2 pocket-sized ones. Headlamp also. That's another thing that little portable charger can be used for. I don't even run in the morning anymore, so I can put that in my backpack. A rechargeable headlamp. I think mine's a 350 or a 400 lumen. Really nice. Has red light if you need it, which we use sometimes. It's low vis. It's nice. So
Yeah, you could go with just some night vision.
yeah,
I mean,
that's also an option. You won't even have to worry about lights. If you can, at that point, if you're getting night vision, there's not a whole lot you do have to worry about because you probably have everything.
Yeah, I mean, unless you just skip straight to it.
I mean, Mr. Dirty Civilian's kit includes a beanie with a night NVG bracket.
You could literally
mount.
buy us all matching NVG sets if you really wanted to right now.
Are you trying to get me killed, my brother?
No, I'm playing cookies, bro.
Is it poisonous?
There actually is. I want to look inside of my little pouch because there might be something necessity in here. Napkins.
Oh my god!
You put a little water on them things, they blow up.
There's an area.
Those did come in handy at the last forge, dude.
Just sitting on this.
I actually do. That might be accurate number. Utensils. So fork, knife, and my spoon was left in a thing of trash, I believe.
Just buy a fork, then you don't have to have.
So I'm gonna have to buy some.
Yeah, that's something too. We need to grocery shop. Let's get some forks and spoons.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, if you're at this point considering tiles and stuff, you have basically what you need for the forge to live. Hopefully, unless you those things are cute. But yeah, if you're coming this weekend, and if you don't have anything, just show up. But you gotta let us know, okay? But because we'll have to get stuff ready. But get you a sleep system and a tent, and you'll be straight for the tier 3 forge.
Just how you know.
And next up will be the pack.
Now I got to repack all this stuff.
Yeah, so I was like, dang, dude.
And just deconstructed as you go back.
But we will come into some videos in the future where we go into detail on this stuff.
Yeah, we'll get together once Ben gets a backpack and Taylor gets a backpack.
But Ben, do you have your verse of the week ready, bro?
I do actually. I just looked it up.
So I was telling, I think I sent it in the group, but I was like, let's do your verse of the week in the podcast, and then you can make a post too.
Okay,
But we'll talk about it here, and then you could just make a post.
Okay. So verse for today that I have is going to be 2 Corinthians 5, verse 7. And it
let me
says,
find it. Let me get to it.
yeah,
Let me get to it.
Yo,
I'm pulling the Bible out, dude.
Repeat.
Now, I'd encourage y'all to read the whole chapter 5, just because there's some good meat and potatoes in it.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Exactly. Protein.
5 verse 7.
Yeah. And it's one that a lot of people know, but something that we just need to constantly remind ourselves about, especially if you're struggling or if you're going through situations.
Preach it, brother.
It says, "For we live by faith, not by sight. We are confident, I say, and would prefer to be away from the body and at home with the Lord." I'll continue to read the rest of it. "So we make it our goal to please Him, whether we are at home in the body or away from it. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each of us may receive what is due for us, the things done while in the body, whether good or bad." So this verse kind of just struck a nerve for me personally, just because of some personal issues that I've been going through with. But in the times where you constantly feel at a low, where you feel like you can't see what's ahead of you, and you're too focused on what's behind you, you just have to lean on Christ alone and lean on your faith in Him to know that He's going to pull you out of that storm and pull you out of the dark time, whatever it may be that you're going through. That's what I got for today.
Even like big picture, like even with what we talked about earlier, it just seems like if we just look at it, if we just walk by sight, it looks like everything's about to go down. It's just going to be crazy. We're going into World War III. We have to have a civil war. We're about to be full-blown communists. Whatever. They're going to take my kids and turn them into girls. It just looks bad. If I walk by sight, man, I'm just going to have a heart attack and die or just sewer slide.
Yeah, we have to put all of our faith in Jesus right now.
So it does take faith. You have to walk by faith and knowing that in the end, Jesus wins, and He already won. But we're going to be walking in the great victory at the end.
Yep.
And even if it gets bad and gets hard here, it's at the end of the day, we're going to be with Jesus, and He's going to work it out. Whether it looks like it's worked out here on earth or not. If you got Jesus, there's hope.
Yeah.
Bro, what are you doing?
Amen.
I started fidgeting with my key.
Trying to have a serious moment here, and you're over here. See, the Lord's going to work that out. Peyton's going to be delivered of that.
Pray over him before.
Yeah. You got anything to say about that, Peyton?
I covered it, man.
Oh, in other news, we have a physical place we're going to do the podcast. We just have to have it set up and set the time.
And the place.
We have the place. Just have to set the time.
And the topic.
Yeah, the topic has to be set. Oh, I mean, we'll just talk random. Because when Papa's in and talk. No, we're not doing that, guys. That's a joke.
No, only cigars allowed around here.
We're not doing that either. That's somewhat of a joke. That's a half truth, okay?
Half truth.
So, yeah, appreciate y'all for sticking around this long. Yeah, see y'all at the Forge.
Ben, press out.
Oh. I was about to dip for real. All right. Take y'all's hats off. Respect to it.
No.
I'm going to wait till he takes his hat off. Pray.
It's not
I'm
a
not taking
necessity,
it off.
bro.
I'm not taking it off.
But dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for today. We thank you for this blessed Sunday that you've given us, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to even be able to do this, and just encourage others a little bit more and explain to them what needs to be said. Allow us to constantly have the encouragement and the strength to continue to do this. Let today be a blessed day. Let us who are going to church receive something powerful and be able to take it and disciple others. We thank you, and in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Heaven, yeah.
Heaven, yeah.
Amen.
Bro, if I ever pray in public, I'm not even going to end it with amen. I'm going to say, heaven, yeah.
That's it.
Just stop.
Heaven, yeah, dude.
Heaven, yeah.
Heaven, yeah, amen. Well, I said both. All right, fellas. Well, if you're a lady watching too, see y'all next time.